Okay, guys, I have gone ahead and just decided to go ahead and film this one faceless today because, well, it's kind of late at night and I'm just going to try to move things along. So just stick with me. This isn't a very long video, and I am going to do an unboxing, a reveal, and a review of this yarn advent calendar that's all over Amazon and all over eBay for lots of different prices. And I was as curious as you probably are, what does the contents of this box look like? We know what the descriptions say. We know what the pictures look like that they're showing us. We also know this comes from China, and we also know that the price is probably suspect. Hello, my name is Sig, and this is my channel Essential Crochet, and you are always welcomed here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe bar, notification bell, and like buttons. This really helps my channel out, and it helps me bring you regular videos. Okay, so with all that out of the way, let's just go ahead and get started. So first, before we get started, I just want to let you know that I am opening this box for the first time. In the introduction, you saw me holding the box. It had no plastic on it. Just know that the introduction was filmed after I did the opening. For a number of reasons, I don't always do my various parts of my video in a chronological order, just because life doesn't work that way for me all the time. So I am so curious about the $20 advent calendar that I picked up from Amazon. Okay, so it took forever to get here. It took probably near 4 weeks to get here, which was a little obnoxious, but you know, it is what it is, slow boat and all that. Also, this box, or this particular advent calendar, it's sold. I mean, there are so many of these being sold on Amazon, and they come in at different prices, and I've seen them on eBay, and those ones come in at different prices. And so just so you can understand what I'm talking about, depending on the vendor, depends on the price you pay for them, I'm going to show you several screenshots of this particular advent calendar and the price that the different vendors are charging for it on the different platforms. So the front of this box tells me I'm going to get 24 mini skeins, 3 of them semi-solid skeins. So that's what I'm assuming it's going to be. 4 surprise goodies, and they're telling me that this yarn is Merino sock and Merino DK yarn. 20 bucks from China. I'm just not really holding my breath, but we'll see. I mean, for 20 bucks, I don't have any real expectations. And depending on what comes in this particular kit, this might be a fantastic and affordable way for somebody on a tight budget, or even just a stocking stuffer, or maybe like a Secret Santa something. This might really work out to be a really great gift for any yarn lover that you might have, whether they be a knitter or a crocheter or a weaver. You know, we're going to see. We're going to check this out. I just have no expectations, so there's no reason for me not to enjoy what is in this box. Okay, so I'm sorry for the crinkling, but I am going to go ahead. I'm going to open this box. Okay, so this is how it comes. So I'm not unhappy with the presentation of this. It's basic, it's simple. Each piece is individually wrapped. We have these little skeins right here. I'm gonna say immediately, these are not Merino. They maybe at best may be a blend, but this is completely acrylic for the most part. So maybe it's a blend. I wouldn't know without being able to test it. However, I can tell you already this is not 100% Merino. I mean, they didn't say it was. It's always very strange when you get something from China. It's like buying it from Temu, right? They say it's wool, and wool is kind of a generic term. So you might get wool, you might get acrylic, you might get cotton. Basically, they're referring to the fact that it's yarn, right? And so when they say Merino, you and I are going to think in terms of sheep's wool, right? And maybe that's what we might get. But this, I'm telling you right now, is not that. At best, it's going to be a blend, but it's certainly not 100% of the wool variety. But again, it was 20 bucks. And this is probably what they're calling DK. I would say it's a heavier DK. I'm not going to say it's exactly a 4-weight, but it's not what I would necessarily call a DK either. But again, 20 bucks. So far, not terribly unhappy. This could be okay for your new crocheter or knitter or whatever fiber artist happens to be happening that you may be gifting this to. So let me go ahead and pull the box over, and I will start opening up each package so we can see what comes in each package. And then of course right here you see these are the 4, what I'm guessing my semi-solid colors maybe. I don't know. Let me take a look here at the front of the box again. Maybe they're the 4 surprise goodies. I don't entirely know, and I guess we won't know until I get these other little packages opened up. So these are our first 4 days. These are the first 4 colorways they give you. Yeah, so this is definitely, I'm just going to say it, this is acrylic. If it's a blend, I will be surprised. But, you know, it is what it is. And this is not a DK weight. This right here is a 4-weight for sure. This one might be a DK weight. This one is finer, a lighter weight. This one I would call a DK. And this one I would definitely call a 4-weight. Okay, so let me go ahead and just get the wrappers out of the way, and I'll start stacking the colors, and we can see what at least the colors look like that come in this box. 5, 6, 7, and 8. So another set of colors. So my guess is we're going to have 24 different colorways. Yeah, I mean, unless there's something else in one of the packages that is a surprise little gift. But we'll keep going and see. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so as you can see, I've got 2 repeat colors. We'll see how many more repeat colors we get going forward. I have 12 more packages to open. Okay, next we've got 13, 14, 15, and 16. These are your next colorways. So next we've got 17, 18, 19, and 20. And again, I have 1 color repeat, but everything else looks like it's a different colorway. Looks like I'm losing 21, 22, 23, and 24. This one clearly was not wrapped well. Now, as you can see, we did get a repeat color of the purple, but these are the new colorways. Yeah, I mean, I would say these are absolutely maybe a slightly lower end moderate acrylic. It's not the cheapest acrylic I've ever dealt with, but it's not the best. And I'm going to say it falls kind of somewhere in the middle. So as far as the quality of the yarn is concerned, meh, it's all right. It's not going to hurt. You can put it in your stash, and it's a goodly variety of color. And there again, if you're purchasing this for maybe a new crocheter or someone who does amigurumi or is just starting with amigurumi, this might be a fun option for them. Okay, let's take a look at these other colors, and then I'm going to weigh these skeins just so we can get an idea on how much there is here. Because as I've mentioned before, your typical mini skein is going to weigh 20 grams. Now, when we're talking 10 grams of yarn, some people call that a mini skein, some people call it a micro skein. I have a tendency to call it a micro skein because it really isn't that much yarn, depending on the yarn you're working with, right? And then there are those who will sell them in 5-gram weights, and those are definitely micrograms. And I mostly refer to them as kind of scrappy, bits of scrappy yarn that you could throw into a real scrap piece where you just need like little tiny motifs or maybe just a little bit of something in your knitting or your crochet. And of course, these are your these are your 4 free goodies, right? Your four treats. So we'll weigh these as well to see if there's a difference in weight or if really they just gave you 4 additional little skeins of this yarn. I have my scale right here. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. And then I'm going to get the grams. So I'm going to take this gray here and put that on there. Oh yeah, see, these are 10-gram skeins. So you really, yeah, it just doesn't even know what it wants to be really, but it's 10 grams. So this would be referred to as a micro in my vocabulary. Some would call it a mini, but it's definitely at the low end of mini. Yeah, see. So really, I mean, let's be honest, even at 20 bucks, you might be better off buying a nice natural fiber yarn that is, well, maybe 50 grams, maybe 100 grams if you could get it for an affordable price. Or you can certainly purchase, like, especially if it's on sale from Michael's, like maybe 14 ounces of a yarn, maybe a cake or two of a nice colorway in a decent quality acrylic yarn from your local craft store. You might consider that. But if you're looking for something that's just going to be fun, this may or may not do it. You be the judge of that. I'm glad I looked around to find the cheapest I could purchase this at. So, between shipping and the price I paid. So I think I actually paid, I want to say maybe $14 for this. And then I paid like shipping on it or something like that. At any rate, it came out to about 20 bucks. And then they had ones that were 20 bucks with free shipping, $23.50. I've seen this listed as high as $101. And I think I even have an example for you with that. So if you go back to the beginning of the video, you can see exactly what it is I'm talking about. So if you see it at that price, do not buy it. You will be so disappointed, so disappointed. At 20 bucks, depending on who you're buying it for, or even if you're buying it for yourself for scraps, for scrap yarn, for smaller projects, or small amigurumi projects, or small little ornament projects, it's going to be fine. But don't expect merino. This is not merino, not in the least. And it's certainly, like I said, if it has any natural fiber in this as a blend, I would be super surprised. But this really is very much acrylic in my estimation. Okay, my friends, so basically this is what you get in that box. You're going to get approximately 28 skeins of these little micro balls. So don't let the pictures fool you in the advertisements. There's a reason why they don't tell you how many of their mini skeins are supposed to be. There is a reason why they're very careful about the kind of detail they give you in terms of fiber content of your yarn, because they want you to believe it's actual wool, that it's actual merino, but it's not. So as long as you're aware of these things, you're going to be fine. Like I said, it is what it is. And for 20 bucks, I wouldn't lose a lot of sleep over it. But if you're one of these people who is thinking about spending 50 or even $100 on this, please don't. You will cry. You will cry so hard. It's not even funny. Oh, and and if you're expecting to get maybe something different, those 4 little gifts that you think is going to kind of punch things up a little bit or make them a little bit more interesting, nay, nay. That's where you get your 24 wrapped skeins, and then you get 4 more skeins as your free gift, thus your 28 skeins of yarn. Yeah. So at any rate, it is what it is. Thank you for joining me. It's been fun to open this again. I just love seeing what's in the advent calendars. And I hope this video was helpful to you, because I know they're really pushing this. And I'm hoping this helps you make a much more informed decision as to whether this product is going to work or not for you. All right, now have a wonderful week. Bye-bye now.